morning, everyone. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For our headlines. The DOJ said it has not officially received any request from the United States for the extradition of detained religious leader Pastor Apollo Kibuloy. Police have launched an investigation after 5 caskets carrying anti-CPP, NPA, and anti-China messages were abandoned across Metro Manila. Malacanang said it will leave it to the Office of the Ombudsman to decide whether Acting Health Secretary Jose Brix Pujalte Jr. should have faced preventive suspension over the alleged delay in a 3 billion peso tuberculosis drug procurement. Sara Duterte said growing U.S. pressure on the International Criminal Court could bolster former President Rodrigo Duterte's claim that the tribunal is politically biased. Plunder and graft complaints have been filed against former Pampanga Representative Aurelio Don Gonzales Jr., his relatives, and former DPWH officials over alleged irregularities in 359 million pesos worth of flood control projects. Antonio Carpio warned that the DFA's provisional understanding with China on the Ayungin Shoal resupply missions could undermine the Philippines' sovereign rights under the 2016 Arbitral Award, particularly if expanded across the West Philippine Sea. Motorists could see fuel prices fall by as much as 5 pesos per liter next week due to lower global oil prices and a stronger peso. Alex Ayala continued her strong run after recently winning her first WTA title, advancing to the Canadian Open round of 16. Philippine number 2 Cristel Fuentespina's run in the inaugural Philippine Junior International Series ended in the quarterfinals after a close 3-set loss to India's top seed Naishakur Batoy. More Filipino celebrities are opting for breast reduction or implant removal, choosing procedures that prioritize health, comfort, and quality of life over cosmetic enhancement. Today is the 8th day of August 2026, Saturday, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you this week's top stories. Let's get started. The Department of Justice says it has not yet officially received any request from the United States to extradite detained religious leader Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, despite reports that one had already been sent. DOJ spokesperson Attorney Polo Martinez said any extradition request must first go through diplomatic channels via the Department of Foreign Affairs. Kibuloy is wanted in the U.S. on charges including sex trafficking, child sex trafficking, and bulk cash smuggling. He also faces human trafficking and child abuse cases here in the Philippines, all of which he has denied. The Philippine National Police has begun investigating the discovery of 5 abandoned caskets left in different parts of Metro Manila early Friday. Authorities said the caskets were deliberately placed by masked individuals riding white and gray vans. The caskets were found in Manila, Caloocan, Quezon City, and Makati between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., containing anti-CPP, NPA, and anti-China messages. Bomb squad personnel inspected the caskets and confirmed that no explosives or hazardous materials were inside. Police are reviewing CCTV footage and vowed to file criminal charges once those responsible are identified. Now, the Malacanang says it will leave it to the Office of the Ombudsman to decide whether Acting Health Secretary Jose Brix Pujalte Jr. should be placed under preventive suspension. The complaint accuses Pujalte of delaying a 3 billion peso tuberculosis drug procurement to allegedly benefit a supplier. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said the Ombudsman will determine if suspension is needed for a fair investigation. Pujalte denied the allegation, saying the bidding is under review to protect public funds. He also dismissed separate claims that he had been gambling in casinos. The Vice President Sara Duterte said growing pressure from the United States on the International Criminal Court could strengthen former President Rodrigo Duterte's claim that the tribunal is politically biased. Speaking in Davao City, Duterte said Washington's actions could be used to question the ICC's impartiality. She added that her father remains in good spirits despite minor health concerns. The vice president also defended her visits to detain political allies and accused the Marcos administration of prioritizing politics over governance, claiming critics of the government are being targeted through legal action. Now, plunder and graft complaints have been filed before the Office of the Ombudsman against former Pampanga Representative Aurelio Don Gonzales Jr., members of his family, and several former DPWH officials. The complaints stem from alleged irregularities involving 359.37 million pesos worth of flood control projects along the Abacan River. The complaint was supported by video footage and geotagged evidence allegedly showing collapsed structures, severe erosion, and unfinished flood control works. The respondents face charges including plunder, malversation, and violations of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. As of press time, the respondents have yet to issue their official statements. The retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio warned that the Philippines' provisional resupply arrangement with China in the Ayungin Shoal could weaken the country's sovereign rights in the West Philippine Sea. Carpio said expanding the arrangement to other areas could require the Philippines to notify and consult China before resupply missions, which he argued is inconsistent with the country's rights under the 2016 Arbitral Award and Yun Clause. He argued that he urged the government to withdraw from the deal. The Department of Foreign Affairs, however, maintained that the arrangement has allowed the 15 incident-free resupply missions. Now, motorists may get another round of major fuel price cuts next week, with gasoline and diesel prices expected to decrease by 4.50 pesos to 5 pesos per liter. Industry estimates said the rollback is being driven by easing geopolitical tensions involving the United States and Iran, lower international oil prices, and the stronger Philippine peso. A full 50-liter tank could save motorists around 225 pesos to 250 pesos. However, industry officials warned that global supply risks remain, meaning fuel prices could stay volatile in the coming weeks. Now, the Philippines is celebrating after Alexandra Alex Ayala became the first Filipino and Southeast Asian to win a WTA singles title, defeating world number 3 Jessica Pegula to capture the Mubadala DC Open crowd. The 21-year-old capped her historic run with victories over Naomi Osaka, Elina Svitolina, Leila Fernandez, Zheng Xinwen, and Pegula, boosting her to a career-high world number 20. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., lawmakers, and sports officials praised her achievement. Ayala described the victory as pure happiness and an incredible milestone. Quinto, Jake Zyrus, and Tony Fowler, citing relief from chronic pain and improved mobility. Meanwhile, Ellen Adarna, AJ Raval, Rica Perelejo, Rufa May Quinto, and Maui Taylor chose to remove their implants due to health concerns or personal preferences. Their openness is helping normalize conversations about body autonomy and well-being. And that's all for now. Join us again at 11 o'clock a.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Also catch a diva that you love, Alwin Ignacio, and Ultra Maldita Alex Brosas later and tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m. for the DTT show on Jairo Terada's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Once again, I'm Eliana Lacap, and this has been Tribune News on Q.